Hello YouTube, it is I, Banded Wendy, on Monday the 31st of October. Happy Halloween. I don't have the exact details, but I believe this is week 137 post-op. I'll put it in the heading, the subject. And week 68 maintenance for my lap band. It's 2.7 years post-op plus some. And I started at 244.6 pounds. My goal was to lose 99 pounds at 145.6. I'm 5'10" inches tall. I'm 37 years old. I am married, no children, never had any, and I am in the most happiest, fit, strongest mental and physical place I've ever been in my life at this point on my journey. Back in July 2010, I met my goal weight of 145.6. I believe that was 68 weeks post-op. So I'm almost, I think this week, possibly, I've been in maintenance as long as I worked to get there. So that's pretty freaking cool in my book. Back in August of this year, 2011, I had set a new goal to get down to 138 to have some bounce room. I spent 1 year sticking to 145.6. And I got there. I got to 137.8. And so I created a lifetime maintenance range, my LTMR, which I think we should all have, in my opinion. And that's 138 to 148. And it goes around. I like being below 145.6. And through this process, I decided that, I'm living a great life. I'm living a weight loss surgery dream for me. And I didn't need to necessarily weigh in every week. For over 2.5 years, I listed my weight on here every week. And it was good for me. It's a good accountability tool. But a couple months back, I decided that I would just do it monthly. So, even though this is October 31st, and it should be, I guess, next Monday, maybe, first Monday of the month, I'm going to stick with today. Because I'm up, I guess. So, today, I'm still in my lifetime maintenance range. I'm 147.8. And my whole thing about these videos is, if you're going to come on, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to talk about how, who, what, when, where, and why, and how, right? So last week I was 145, and I shared that with you guys. And this past week, yesterday I ran my third official full half marathon, I should say. 13.1 miles, the Rock and Roll Los Angeles. And it actually was 13.51 miles, and I did that in 2 hours and 25 minutes. It was a great run, and I had decided to carb load strategically for 2 days prior to the race. Normally I strategically carb load just the night before, and I just really don't think that that does much in the long run, because we can barely eat enough food, right? So I decided to try something different, and it's a project. It's a project because I'm doing another half marathon in 5 weeks in December in Las Vegas on the Strip at night. Exciting. And then I'm doing the Los Angeles Full 26.2 come March 18th. My gift to self for my 3-year surgiversary. So this carb loading thing, it's a learning curve for me. So anyway, I carb loaded Friday and Saturday, and I learned a couple of things through it. One, it worked. During my run, I had running partners, and I ran with my running partners. Pretty much, there was 4 of us, and we ran together the first 4 to 6 miles. And our pace went anywhere from 10:40 to 13. That was good for all of us to stick together. But eventually we all kind of branched off on our own way. And every 3 miles, from the 3 mile mark to the 6.22 mile mark, from the 6.22 mile mark to the 10 mile mark, and from the 10 mile mark to the 13.5 mile mark, my pace decreased, meaning I was running faster. I ran my last mile at 7 minutes, 7:03. So what I was looking to get from the carbs, I got. Something else I learned about the carbs, I had to eat all day, continuously. I was never hungry. I was just eating, which is not recommended for a weight loss surgery patient. Note that. If you're not running a half marathon or further distance, do not eat all day long. That's my disclaimer. So I started eating carbs in the morning. I ate oatmeal with berries made with non-fat milk. I had an English muffin, extra toasted, with Brummel Brown yogurt butter and honey. I had yogurt with honey. I had my tea mistos with non-fat milk. I had Hawaiian punch. I had a baked potato. I ate a large baked potato with ground sirloin and cheese and salsa. I ate the entire baked potato. Over time, I ate it. I ate oatmeal cookies. I drank Gatorade. I drank chocolate milk. I ate corn and beans. I ate flank steak, and I ate carne asada. I ate tortilla chips. I ate Swedish fish. I did the V8 non-light version, but the V8 fruit drinks. And that pretty much was what I was eating. There may have been a Lara bar in there, a half of one. So that pretty much covers the carbs I was eating. I ate half of a donut. I drank a lot of orange juice. So it wasn't anything extreme. But on the first day, I calculated 2,892 calories, 136 proteins, and 520 carbs. And my goal was I was only really trying to hit carb mark between 5 and 550 carbs. And the entire time I felt bloated. Like, my stomach was itching because it was growing like I was pregnant, and I was just eating. I was like, drank a lot of water, but it's hard to drink a lot of water when you're eating like that. Woke up the next day, felt great. Day 2 was not as structured, and I did not count the carbs. I just pretty much tried to eat what I ate the day before. I didn't hit the mark, I don't think, 500 carbs, but I felt the same way, pretty much. Bloated. But I had tested it the day before and knew when I woke up on the next day, race day, that I'd feel good. And I did. And it worked. So I talked to a surgeon, a doctor, not a weight loss surgery doctor, at the Half Marathon Expo about it. And he's like, and I've heard it from mentors here on YouTube, it's something that you have to work through and finesse and make it yours. So I felt great. I'm glad I did it. I will do it again. It may be different, but it worked. It gave me what I wanted. The weight gain, actually yesterday afternoon after the race, I weighed myself, I was 151, but I didn't let the scale bother me. So overnight, I lost 4 pounds, right? So it's all carb, and I'm not sweating it. But I'm excited to come back on here and tell you next week that I'm below 145.6. Because even though I'm at 147.8, I'm in my range. It's above my goal weight. And that ain't the game I'm playing here, So yes, I have the range, and I'm happy I'm in the range. But it's got to be below 145.6 to satisfy me, basically. So I'm going to get there. Not a problem. Another thing I learned was someone suggested or made the comment, you're loading up with carbs. I recommend you don't stand on the scale. And I stand on the scale every day. So it doesn't bother me. But what came to mind was, at this point in my journey, like I said, 2.7 years post-op, I've been in maintenance as long as it took me to lose the weight at 137 weeks. I know with extreme confidence that there is no amount of weight that if I want to lose it, I can lose it. No amount of weight that's ever going to hold me back again. And that is a non-scale victory. So, sorry, someone's walking into my office. So anyway, here, I made a video about I posted it yesterday on Sunday about the race. So check that out if you haven't seen it. But this is the coolest medal ever, huh? Fun. Very heavy. My badge. Bam. There I am. And kind of a cool shirt, too. I don't really wear the race shirts, sometimes to train or sometimes to work. But I don't wear them at the race. And that's a small shirt for me. So, I feel good, and I don't ache. My body feels good. I recovered well. Had a great time running with the ladies, and I'm looking forward to another great week. So, and here, let's take a look at what I look at at 147.8 pounds. I don't think it's really much different than 145.6 or 138 for that matter. I got my extra small gears on, and it's big, right? So, and a cool non-scale victory I had running yesterday. I mean, my arms were pretty big. If you go back and you've watched my journey, you can see how big my arms were. And my mom's side of the family, the women, their arms are as big as their head. No joke, and was always a big fear of mine. So I have worked, and I continue to work on my arms, and yesterday, every time I looked down at my watch while I was running, this was a non-scale victory for me. I kept seeing how small my arm is, and that's something I fought really, really hard for. So, living and learning, loving my life. Hope you're all having a great week. Thanks for your support, and I'll put in a picture of the scale here later tonight before I post the vid. So we'll see what next week brings. All right, take care.